Okay, so part two, how to pick a school. In general, there's universities, colleges, community colleges, and technical colleges. In general, universities are real big schools, Yale's and Harvard's and things like that. Colleges are like the smaller colleges. You know. They still may be huge, but in general, like in America, the United States, university and college, the word is more or less interchangeable. The community colleges are the smaller colleges down the road from you. They may be very good. They're usually only like 2-year programs. And their main purpose is to retrain people. Lots of young people start there, but one of the main things the community college goes for is to retrain the laid off factory worker. And then there's a technical college where they would specialize in one thing. They're only going to teach you automotive or welding or how to work on computers. It may be a technical college where they have multiple areas, but you only sign up for like that one area, just automotive or just welding or just plumbing. Usually you don't have to bother with all the miscellaneous courses there, English, science, math. They aren't going to bother you with those unless it's needed for your job. Exactly how you pick a school, there's whole books, real thick books, list for all of these colleges. Most of us know that, hey, I want to go to this college or that college. One of the important things here is some colleges or universities will have a better name in certain areas. Like if you want to be an artist, try to find a college or a university who has a well-known art department. Your local community college may be good at teaching art, but it would help your career if you went to a better art school. And same for medicine or law. Try to find a college with a better law school. Try not to pick a fluff degree. What's a fluff degree? That's up to you. But society needs those fluff things too. Those fluff things are very important too. So I just thought I'd bring it up. What degree you go for, I can't really help you there. You have to pick that. So. And that's something I've never done. It's like I can't tell you what color shirt to wear. We all like different colors. What food to eat. We all like different foods. But try to avoid colleges who rent one floor in a building. They have a few rooms and they call it a college. They may be good colleges, but they're usually expensive, and I recommend avoiding those types of places. I've taught at those places. I did the same course there that I did at the bigger schools. It was the same content, but it's just a much nicer experience if you go to a bigger college, that has a campus. You can go walk around the campus. They have movie theaters and a gymnasium and things like that. Some colleges are in the suburbs, some are downtown. my recommendation is avoid the colleges that are downtown. I taught at one, and it's no fun. There's a lot of crime. In one semester, one 15-week semester, there was 5 shootings, 3 deaths within 5 blocks. The night before I gave the final, a kid was shot in the back 2 blocks away. So that's a downtown campus. Now, of course, those had nothing to do with the college itself. It's just being downtown. So going to school out in the suburbs is just a lot nicer. There's a big campus on 50 acres or 100 acres, plenty of green grass and trees that you can walk around. There may be crime in those areas too, but not as bad as it would be downtown. You can park your car and walk into the building and not have to worry about getting mugged. So one college I taught at, it was downtown. Great name college, but their buildings were scattered throughout the city. Wherever a building would go empty, they'd buy it, throw a few offices and classrooms in there. Something else is, if you go to college in your own state, it's going to cost less. Like if you live in one state and you want to go to a college in the next state, they jack the price way up just because you're an out-of-state student. Why they do that, I don't know. You would think it would be against the law, but it's always been like that. So. Try to go to a college in your state. It costs a lot less, and we're talking, if you go to a college in your state, a class might cost $500. If you go out of state, it's going to be $2,000 or $3,000 for the same class. So they really jack it up. Something else is, even in the same city, one college, a course might be $500. A few miles away, at a different college, the same course could be $2,000. There's that much of a difference in price. The $2,000 course, it's thought of as a better school, they have a better ranking, things like that, so they can charge more. But that's something that you might want to think about, you might want to shop around. These days, a lot of colleges are going out of business. Even the colleges who have been in business 200 years. There's articles on the web all the time. Those colleges are dropping like flies. So is your college going to be in business in 4 years so you can graduate? That's something that you might want to research before you sign up there. Some of the smaller colleges, I've taught at these places, and there might be 5 people in a course. You may like that, you may not. It's nice to have at least 10 people, 20 people. Most colleges these days, they limit the courses to about 20 people. But at some of the bigger colleges, you may be in an auditorium where there's 200 people. Try to pick a school with a real campus police department. These days crime's getting worse. You don't want to go to a school that has no guards, or they got old guards that are so old they can't walk. They aren't going to be much help. They sit in the basement office all day long and listen to the AM radio. I taught at one school. It was a community college. They actually had real campus police. They were regular policemen through the state with guns and cars. Just to give you an example, one time I was teaching the course. I walked into the room, straightening up the front desk where I was going to teach from. I accidentally bumped the phone. They have a phone there on the desk. Knocked it off the ringer, and within a minute or less there was a policeman running in the door. That's what they're trained to do. If the phone goes off the hook and they don't hear something, they're trained to go to that classroom. And I had taken classes there for years, and I had taught there for years, and I never heard that. So that's a real campus police department. I taught at another school where they had old retired cops. They might be great, but walking around with a flashlight, they aren't going to be much help. So there is a difference between colleges and universities, but for our purpose right now, it really not going to really matter much.